Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 3 of our Enigmatica 6 Expert Let's Play series, where today we have some house upgrades to go over, and we start working on getting tech set up. Thermodynamics, thermal series is what it's called now. Yeah, let's get into it. All right, everyone, we are back in our Enigmatica 6 Expert world, and in between episodes, I did a little bit of work. As I said I was going to, I worked on building up our base and going mining and stuff like that, so here is the big reveal. There's our base. Looks pretty much, if you saw my Enigmatica 6 series, it's pretty much exactly the same thing. My regular Enigmatica 6 series, that is, where we have, the 9x9s. And then I went and, we have spruce over here, but there is also birch over yonder. So I wanted to get some kind of contrasting color here. And I couldn't decide, do I want to have the birch be the roof or the walls and everything? And I decided to go with the roof because it was easier. I didn't have to tear down all my walls and rebuild them. So so we have just a couple high, there's planks up on the top level, and then there's stairs and stairs. And then that's just, circling all around the whole entire structure for a roof for us. I did go ahead and swap out for an oak door. I'm not the biggest fan of like the spruce doors or even the spruce chests and all that stuff. I just don't care for the look of them. But yeah, inside I replaced our flooring here with cobbled deep slate and polished slate bricks. I'm not necessarily too keen with all of this. I just needed something. I didn't want the grass. It's kind of sort of growing on me. It looks a little too busy for my taste, but we'll see how it ends up. And then we do have this color differentiation up top because I put the stairs on top of this log when I should. There really wasn't any super duper easy way to do it without having an overhang here, especially since I used a different type of wood. So it is what it is. We have that going on, and yeah, so we have that. I went ahead and moved all our chests in here, and I went ahead and made extra chests because we have a bunch of spruce because I went and grabbed all that. The ads, I keep going and repairing it and everything. It doesn't really after about 2 trees, this thing breaks. It is wooden. I probably should upgrade it, but I've just been punching trees to get them broken. The wooden adze really isn't much faster than me punching anyway, so that's why you don't see much upgrade on the adze, because I just punched the trees. Anyway, so we have our stones and building materials chest here, and we also have a little bit of overflow here. We have our wood items, so you can see we have plank and birch and stuff from when we were out there, and I have a whole bunch of extra slabs and stairs. I tried out using the spruce for the roof and everything, didn't like it, so then I switched over to the birch. We have our ores. As you can see, I've done a bit of mining. We'll go take a look at the mine in between. We have our dusts, our gems and stuff and dusts. You don't belong there. You go there. As for ores, the hardest thing I've had to find is nickel. It does not spawn super duper often, apparently. And yeah, nickel's just been the toughest ore for me to find. All these other ones, I didn't do terribly too much mining. I went down to Y level 11 and mined up, and there's a bunch of gold and iron down there. And then I had to go up to level 36 for these guys. We'll talk about that in a minute. So we have redstone, lapis, some coal, and all that good stuff. Mob drops are over here. We have plants and foods, and then miscellaneous in this drawer. I do want to point out that Gourmand 3 on this helmet is absolutely fantastic. It makes it so that these strawberries give me like I can eat 3 strawberries from empty to have full saturation again, instead of having to burn through. So that's why if we come back out here, we have a bunch of strawberries and blackberries planted here so that I can, farm them up as needed and then eat them. And actually, I don't know if I necessarily want the blackberries, but we'll leave them there. But yeah, also, it has been pointed out in the comments a couple times, this sawmill from Environmental is a fantastic piece of kit when you're trying to craft things. So for example, let's take this spruce log. If I go take this log and I place it into here, look, we can craft a crafting table directly. We can craft doors. We can craft planks, and that'll give us 4 planks straight out of there. If we go to sticks, that'll give us 8 sticks. So instead of having to do this cutting board thing and then chopping it and cutting board and chopping it, I can literally just throw logs in here and then, oh, look, I got sticks. Easy peasy. You can't really automate this sawmill, but I don't really need to for the most part. Yeah, it's just so much easier than having to do it any other way. So if you're playing, definitely get yourself a sawmill. So we have our Tetra stuff over here. If we take a look at our iron pickaxe, we have durability 2 on both sides of our iron pick. And then our handle has just settled. It's just a flimsy handle, nothing too super duper exciting about that. We cannot get to durability 3 on either side because it does require a tier 4 hammer, I believe. Maybe tier 4 hammer. I think tier 3 hammer, and I only have the wood, so I haven't upgraded hammers to iron yet, but that's where we're at with that. Then if we come over here, I did the thing like I said I reversed the witch's hut, which apparently I placed this spruce wood the wrong direction. There we go. So we have this guy here with some spruce ladders, and then if we come inside of here, we have a mine shaft. I just placed some spruce trap doors to cover the gap between the ground and here, and then we can come down here and we have our mine. So if we come over here, I did install the faster ladder climbing mod, by the way, because I was getting annoyed with having to climb. So this is oh, my map turned off. For some reason the map turns off automatically every time I load the world, and I have to remember to come back in here and turn it on. I'm sure there's a config option for that, and I just need to go take a look. So yeah, anyway, I was digging straight down and broke here and fell all the way down to right about there. Thank goodness I have these bunny hoppers on my feet, so I don't take any fall damage. It was great. There's also a skeleton right there that I'm trying to not have him notice me. Anyway, so I fell all the way down. Luckily, I had that. There was a creeper down there. He blew up, but I was able to get away. I have not died yet, which is fantastic. But anyway, so then I built back up with this cobbled deep slate because I had mined a bunch of it, and we're good to go. So this is Y level 37, boots on Y level 37, which is good for mining stuff like copper, osmium, tin, lead, nickel, not so much. Nickel's found on, if we go look at ores, we can see what Y level all this stuff is at. So if we look at our ores, right, if you press the R button for recipe for your ore and you click on this information tab, it'll tell you where in the overworld this spawns. So this is a minimum Y level of 5, max 145, doesn't spawn in the nether, does spawn in the end. So if we take a look at like diamond ore, max is 0, or minimum is 0, and max is 16. And you generally tend to want to mine your diamonds at Y level 11 because starting at Y level 10, that's where the lava pools tend to begin. So you're building up one level above the lava pools, but you're able to see diamonds and stuff as they spawn in. Make sense? You have emeralds, spawns at Y level 100 to 212, generally in mountains for emeralds and everything. But if we take a look at nickel ore, which should be somewhere around here. Nickel ore is the hardest one I've had to find. Y level 24 to 40. That's in most of these are like 32 to 40, 30 to 38. So that's why I picked Y level 30. I thought this was Y level 36 actually when I was mining, but it's Y level 37. So I actually need to break and rename this. So what I did was place waystones down here so I can easily come back down. This is mine Y37. So all I have to do is I can teleport down to my different Y levels for my different mining branches and go. So I just dug all the way down there, probably like 300 blocks that way, 300 blocks that way, and found stuff. And then if we come down here to our Y level 11, I have our sandy waystone down here, and we did a bunch of mining down this way too. And this is where I got all that iron and gold from. So this torch represents that I have diamonds down this path. I have only found a few diamonds. Apparently I left a gap, so there's something spawned over there, but that's okay. He can't get to us. But we have a diamond vein right here, and with vein miner available to us, it's pretty cool to see there are 7 blocks of diamond here. However, oh, that's a torch. Okay, I saw smoke. I was like, oh no, maybe there's lava right below this. So what we can do is I do have my Fortune 1 pickaxe. Not the greatest, not the worst, but maybe we'll get a little lucky and get a couple extra diamonds. We did. We got 5 extra diamonds. We now have 11 diamonds from that. I didn't bring any building blocks with me though, so I can't build back up easily, but that's okay. And then there's another set of diamonds over here. Yeah. So this one has only 2. Bummer. I thought it was going to be more. That's okay. We have 15 diamonds right off the bat, and that's good enough. So anyway, I just kept going straight. The Vein mine, if you hold shift, you can change what type of mining path you're going to do. So currently we have it on shapeless, and what that means is it's going to mine any connected blocks of the same type. So like it's going to try and mine up all the gabbro that is touching this gabbro that is touching this. And you can see up in the top left it says we're going to mine 128 blocks of gabbro, which is the max. If we do small tunnel, you can kind of see the wireframe. What it's going to do is mine all of the same type of block in a straight direction. You kind of see that wireframe. It's just going to mine all the way down, which is what I used for all of this mining. I just mine pew pew all the way down. And then you can do the same here and just continue mining. Small square is going to do a 3x3 square. Mining tunnel does stairs. As you can see that little wireframe there, it's going to do a stairway down, and then an escape tunnel is going to do a stairway up, and then back to shapeless. So definitely utilize that. It does also count for honing. So when you mine 128 blocks with this, it gives you 128 blocks worth of honing experience on your pickaxe. So easy way to level up your tools. Whoever designed these textures, by the way, in the deep slate, I curse their name. Gosh, it's so hard to see these on the deep slate. The textures are so hard to see when you run into stuff. That I run into iron ore that I couldn't see or anything because it's just I can't see it because it just blends in so well. So anyway, as I was mining, I decided to stop mining uranium because I don't really need terribly too much uranium, and I didn't want to keep filling up my inventory. Thank goodness for the trash can to be able to throw stuff away when you're mining. It's definitely super helpful. And then when we're done, we can just pop up here, head home, and we are back home. This beekeeper has claimed my house, by the way, and I don't want to do anything about him because, well, I'm going to want a beekeeper available to me to get some wax. So he can kind of just chill here, and then I can, sleep, kick him out of bed, sleep, and then he can, he's claimed this as his house, but really we know in our hearts that it's my house. Okay, it's my house. I'm just allowing him to stay here with me. So yeah, that's basically what I've done in between episodes. Not terribly too much, but yeah, check this out. So our gourmand, normally, if you look at the preview of what this is going to feed us, it's going to give us like one whole ham hock and then like an eighth of a saturation. But if I actually eat this, look, man, we got 3 saturation and full ham hocks out of it. That gourmand is fantastic, and I can imagine with even better food, it's going to go even crazier. So yeah, that's that. So what are we going to do today? Well, I think we want to start diving in now that we have the ability to start working on ores and stuff. I want to start figuring out what is going to be our best option for getting like ore doubling going on. Like what's our cheapest ore doubling option with power and all that stuff. So let's take a look and see what we got there. I believe there's a hotkey actually. No, I was going to say, I think there's a hotkey to access your quest book, but I want to check that out. Let's do category quest, shift Q. Ah, there we go. Okay. So I don't have to keep clicking so often. That's good to know. So we have a tier 2 hammer. We can go ahead and grab our copper chunk and our blacksmith's delight. Blacksmith's delight can be sometimes super powerful by giving you a bunch of ores and stuff. We did not get lucky with it this time, but that's okay. We can go ahead and put these blackberries away. We can put this copper away, and we got a sharpened spoon, which is okay. I don't need that. All right. Shift Q. Take a look at our quests. Well, should we build a tier 3 hammer maybe? Every part of the hammer this time is a tier 3 require higher integrity. Replace the handle with wood or bones, which will give you the integrity you need to upgrade the hammer heads to iron. Let's go ahead and upgrade our hammer to iron real quick, so that way I can start working on getting more honings on our tool. So I have iron available to me. Remember, we found a bunch of iron. And I found there was actually some iron sitting outside of my house. Something died that gives iron. I don't know what it is, but I walked out and there was iron sitting on the ground. I was like, okay, it was only like 4, but better than nothing. So we need a stone hammer, which is going to be you. Bam. And now see, it's only tier 3. It's only a tier 3 hammer. Oh, wait, it's a tier 3 hammer. That's what we wanted, right? Yeah, you're tier 2. Oh, what the heck? It said I had to replace the handle, but I had to do no such thing. Probably shouldn't have used all my iron for this, but that's okay. We'll put this back. You can go in there. And then now if I wanted to get the higher level honings when we have them unlocked, I absolutely can do that. So we'll take that. And the main reason I did that was for the quest. So we can go ahead and grab this osmium, splash potion of fire resistance, and another blacksmith's delight, which gave us the Digmaster 5000. Energized steel pickaxe, energized steel adds, repurposed beam, leather binding, and the honing is -70. Okay. Like, is this fast? It's about the same as iron level. I'm gonna go ahead and just put it away. And this potion can go away. The splash potion of fire resistance will be really nice though when we go into the nether, if we need to start getting blaze and everything. Let's see what else we got. You're gonna give me a potion of night vision. Sure, I'll collect it just so that it stops alerting me that the quest is ready to be completed. Bam. And let's see. Okay, so if we look at our gates, our first gate is going to be, or our first gate tiers are going to be technological, which is going to be create and thermal, or magical with Eidolon and Ars Nouveau. We can go either way, really. I think I want to go into thermal because we can go ahead and start working on getting like the induction smelter set up, which is going to be required to get into create, which because we're going to need andesite alloys. In order to get into andesite alloy, if we go look at our technical mayhem chapter, this is going to be our progression tier. So what it wants us to do is make a crude alloy furnace. In order to do so, though, in order to make andesite alloy, we have to do exploding items. We have to take TNT, iron, and andesite, explode it, and we'll make ourselves andesite alloy. Or 2 of those in a zinc will make us 2 andesite alloy. Now, zinc is another ore that I have not found a lot of, mainly because it spawns on Y level 44. And I have not been to Y level 44. My mine was on Y level 37. So I need to build another mining path and get ourselves some zinc. But there's that. So this is explosion. However, we really don't have any way to make explosions happen. We need to go and keep doing some exploration and try and find ourselves some TNT. So definitely something to consider before we start diving into anything. And real quick, I want to see, can we... Yeah, set home is not enabled. There is no set home. There is, we can do set spawn. It was mentioned in the comments, I believe by Victoria Rose, that spawn is enabled. So if I were to take a waystone, place it down at spawn, and then I can teleport back home, it's kind of a cheesy way of doing set home for teleportation back to our home base. I'm probably just going to go in the configs and enable set home. I don't see, I have waystones available to me. There's waystones there. There's waystones there. I have waystones all over the map I can teleport to and just break. And then I can carry, I mean, I could carry one around with me and use that to teleport back home. It does cost experience and everything, but I don't see why set home and home is disabled. Being able to teleport back home is, it is a convenient feature. And I don't really think it goes against the idea of expert pack, especially since eventually we do get a, charge porter and use that. So I'm probably just going to enable that in the configs. Anyway, so we need to go exploring and get ourselves some andesite, or get us some TNT so we can do some explosions. And then on our other half, we have the Sterling Dynamo is our recipe, which burns up coal or charcoal and gets us going. So this is all that is going to require. So we have the Sterling Dynamo, and we're going to also need an enigmatic hammer. So let's go see, do we have the things needed to craft this? One thing that we're going to need is a furnace. I do have a blast furnace, which should be helpful. That'll make it so we can speed up our crafting a little bit. So yeah, our smelting. So I'll take that. Now, is tiny coal a thing in Enigmatica? I cannot remember. Tell me it is. It is not. Coal. Any little bits coal? No. Nope, those are coal chunks. Oh well. It just means we have to do a little bit of mathing to make sure that we're utilizing our coal appropriately. So for the enigmatic, we're going to require some iron nuggets and ingots. We have iron available to us, so that is great. Sterling Dynamo is going to require us to get some copper. Okay. Iron, copper. Copper or gold. We have more gold than copper for sure. Piston is going to require some kind of rod. Looks like we can use gold for that as well. So we'll use gold, smooth stone, and some glass. Okay. So I think we're going to go ahead and smelt up this gold. And we'll actually just smelt up a whole stack. And we'll use that for our rotting. So we'll do this. And the blast furnace, if you don't remember, it smelts your ores faster. than a regular furnace. It can't smelt everything, but ores for sure can smelt in there, and it is faster to do so. Okay, so then we need to go ahead and make ourselves the hammer that it requested. So we have that. And the hammer is used to make all of our plates that we're going to have to craft. Eventually, for the plates, as you can see, the recipe for plates is quite expensive. It takes 2 iron ingots to make 1 iron plate. Not cheap. Not cheap. And a lot of recipes require more than 1 plate. Plates can be made in the future with a metal press 4-to-4 if we get into immersive, or you can do pressing and create 1-to-1. So it's probably going to be in our best interest to dive into create and get a metal press going as soon as we can, or a multi-servo press, I guess. What is your recipe? You do require a mechanical press from create and Constantin. But we'll be able to make that when we get into the induction smelter, right? Copper and nickel. Yeah, it might be. It just depends. Do we want to go the mechanical press route, or do we want to go the multi-servo press route? It really just depends on which way we want to go with that. So we'll take this gold that we have here and see what we can craft. Okay, so we need a copper gear, which is going to require 1 iron plate. Let's go ahead and grab. Oh, I have my iron on me. So we're going to do this and this. And I'm going to go ahead and make like 6 of those, just so that we have iron plates available to us. And I'll go ahead and make, 12 of those so that we have them. It's always good to bulk craft. In expert packs, if you don't bulk craft, you're going to be finding yourself micro crafting a lot. So this does specifically require copper. That would make sense. It is a copper gear. It specifically wants aluminum too. Aluminum is one thing I've only found 1 chunk of. Or Y level 50. Okay, so you're Y level 50. Zinc is at what? Y level 84. So if I were to go to Y level 53, 54, I could get that. All right, I'm going to have to end up doing that. I can turn this 1 chunk into nuggets, though. We can at least do this 1 aluminum chunk. Okay. Because we just need nuggets for this. This should get the craft completed at least. Copper gear, and then, oh yeah, we need copper too. Let's go. What is a, I'm absolutely sure it's gated. Oh yeah, item anvil smashing, potion of swiftness, and a cuckoo clock. Item anvil smashing. How does this specifically work? Do I throw the potion of swiftness on an anvil and then use the cuckoo clock? Like, because this isn't terribly too expensive. No, not at all. We could get into a time in a bottle. Other than this potion of swiftness, that might be the biggest issue. 8. That's just redstone. That is sugar and water. So that's gated by blaze. Unless the brewing stand. I'm going to bookmark the time in a bottle. We're not going to be able to get to it now, but we can get to it fairly soon. I can find a brewing stand in the village. I guarantee there's one over there. Huh. Anyway, all right. So copper ingot or copper gear taken care of. We need to get some stone smoothed. And remember, I had smooth stone, and what did I do with it? Got rid of it because I'm like, I'll be able to make more. So we need 2 smooth stone and then 4. So we need a total of 6 smooth stone. Now, can you make smooth stone? Yes. Now remember, no. So the regular furnace cannot make smooth stone. So we're going to need to go ahead and make a furnace. I believe the furnace requires a piece of coal. For a regular furnace, yes. So we're going to grab some coal. We're going to grab a little bit more cobblestone out of this drawer too. And we're going to make ourselves a furnace. And we can go ahead and set that next to this guy. Pop this in there and this. And we'll do 1 for now. Trying to be conservative with our coal. We don't have a whole lot of it available to us. So let's go ahead and sleep. We don't need any mobs or anything popping up, scaring us, spawning in. Our base is pretty well lit, but outside is not necessarily. Okay, and then keep cooking up the gold. All right, so we're getting the smooth stone going, the piston going. Let's get these copper rods. So are you specifically wanting a copper rod? Again, with more copper. Bam, do this. I am wasting my coal in this guy, but hey, it is what it is. So the only thing that we're not going to be able to make, actually, no, I should be able to make everything. I need to go get some sand somewhere. So that's you, which is going to be copper plates. Ah, goodness, which is 4. So it is 4 copper to a rod. That is a lot of copper. I'm just throwing that out there. That's a lot of copper to make one single rod. So rods, what is the best way to get a rod? Do we have an extruder or something like that? Multi-servo press with a metal press. Yeah, we're going to be getting into the multi-servo press. Absolutely, for sure. As soon as we can, actually, because that is expensive. So we need 2 copper plates. And then we're going to need a copper rod. Now I'm complaining, but that's how expert packs are, you know. And that's just the way that they work. I can't complain too much because expert packs, they require a lot of micro crafting, which is why they say craft a lot of things. Like don't just sit on stuff. If you only craft one of something, then you're going to end up crafting it again 2 minutes later, and you're going to be annoyed that you're doing all this micro crafting. What did I come out here for? I don't quite remember. Oh, sand. That's what it was. So I need to just pop over here. Remember, we can fly a little bit. Not that it's really much faster, but it's cool to do, at least. I also need a chunk claim. Don't let me forget somebody. Let's stand on this grass and then just vein mine up all this sand. Made a massive mess over here, but hey, you know what? We got 2 stacks of sand. That should be good to go for now. Jump. So watch, I'm going to eat 2 berries and I'll be back to full. Nice. Okay, and then all of our stuff should be smelted up. Yep, okay. So we're going to do glass. How much glass do we need? We need 3 total glass for bottles. I'm assuming bottles. That's me assuming bottles are the standard recipe, which they are. Okay. So piston is going to require some rods. So we're going to do this and this. There's an iron rod. And then the piston is going to need an iron ingot as well. Can you not use an iron rod for this? You can. Redstone and some planks. Oh, ran out of coal. Okay. So there is that. Yep, use the iron rod that I made. So we have a piston. We have the smooth stone. We just need the glass bottles, and we need this redstone flux coil, which is going to require some more redstone and a gold rod. I don't want to use my copper rod. Remember, we're saving that for the actual craft. So we're going to do a gold rod, some redstone, and then I just need the glass, and there we go. And I think it was gold nuggets too. So that's going to be that. Bam. And then we should be able to craft this. And there we go. We have basic power going for us. So that's going to complete this quest. Now remember, these quests have no rewards. However, if we go down here to the thermal section, we should be able to get a reward for this. So if we craft a crescent hammer, it's going to be 3 iron ingots and an iron gear, which is going to be... Oh, do I have enough aluminum? I should. Yes, okay. So we should be able to create the hammer. Let's do crescent. There we go. We should be able to craft this. Bam. And that'll complete that quest, which will then complete the Sterling Dynamo quest. Gave us some iron chunks, and then we just need to pick up some coal. Bam. And that finishes off another quest. So that's going to give us an energy cable, energy cables, energy cell, and a farmer's delight, which is going to be even more food. That's great. Finishing off quests, definitely keep an eye on your quest book. You want to get quests done because it's gonna be a nice boon when you get these extra rewards from the quests. Just throwing that out there. So we have our Sterling Dynamo, we have an energy cell, so we can go ahead and set this up. I generally tend to use this room for all my machines and everything. So we're gonna set our energy cell up here, and we're gonna place our Sterling Dynamo right on top of this bad boy. However, it is facing the wrong direction, but we do have a hammer, so we can go ahead and boop, rotate it. Now, one thing real quick, morphing tool, the morpho tool. Yeah. What is your recipe? You are super cheap to make, aren't you? However, making it this way gives us all of the tools, it looks like. So So you have to make this and then do that. I'm going to add that to our to-do list. The Morpho tool is fantastic. We can go ahead and throw our coal in there, and it's going to start outputting power into our energy cell, and we're going to start getting power stored up. And then from there, we can go ahead and start making other machines, which means we can start expanding on our quests. Our next step is to go into and get ourselves a redstone furnace and a pulverizer. And we can start working on doubling our ores. Furnace and pulverizer and an induction smelter. However, before we can do any of this, we need Invar, right? Redstone requires Invar, pulverizer. Pulverizer we can actually get done now, except no, we didn't need to do explosion crafting for andesite. We also need to start working on getting these upgrade bases, which requires canvas. So in between episodes, I'm going to take our rice here. I'm going to go plant our rice so we can start working on getting that growing up. I'll just make a little small farm over here for our rice and get that going. We need to... I don't want to do exploration without you guys. We're going to do a bunch of it. So next episode, then I think will be another exploration episode. We will go out and explore the world and see what we can find. Like we need Invar. We need some TNT. I'm still looking for those R's books and everything. What I want to do is go ahead and claim my chunks. This is my house, so we're going to claim this. I'm also going to load it. It doesn't hurt. I did modify the configs to allow... I did modify the configs to allow 500 force loaded. I'm going to have to do that again. But yeah, anyway, so we have those claims. So now nothing's going to blow up on our base. So now I'll actually just go ahead and claim, all around this area. We don't want creeper holes at all. So we'll just claim all these, no creeper holes in this whole area. And then eventually when we do the village, we'll do the same thing. But yeah, that's basically it for this episode. So if you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it, and it really does help out the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.